Good morning and welcome to another edition of the OFX Currency Corner. Well, after the Easter long weekend, we've seen the Australian dollar open near year-to-date lows, testing 76.50. And as we look ahead, there's a number of key risk events on the calendar this weekend. We'll start with today's RBA policy announcement. And while we don't expect many changes from the RBA's rhetoric of late, we have seen a shift and an increase in short-term lending costs for Australian banks, which could have an effect on RBA policy moving forward into the end of the year. If the RBA, or if Australian banks, decide to pass on these increased lending costs onto consumers in the form of higher interest rate deposits and mortgage rate deposits, we could see the RBA forced to maintain that central bank cash rate at a lower level to offset the increase that we're seeing in market forces. And that in turn could have an impact on the Australian dollar and the demand for that and a higher yield asset. We also look to US trade protectionism as well, and we expect the US to announce a full list of products and consumer items that they'll impose tariffs on towards China before the end of this week, which will give us some scope to perhaps form an idea of what trade protection issues and response will come from China, and that will weigh on risk appetite and of course our own dollar as well. We've also got non-farm payroll numbers on Friday, and while we expect a steady read there, the main look will be risk appetite through the rest of this week with resistance on moves above 77 cents.